what's going to have to do in this video for a minute. Trying to get this stand to correctly act right. And let me get my fan off the middle. It's going to be making a lot of noise. Alright. Let's put our fan over here. And I'm hearing fish in the background. Where in the world do we have fish playing at? I'm really hearing an aquarium playing. Oh, there it is right there. So where's the aquarium playing at? Alright, first things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG Technology Screens. This is the red version of our technology. Now, you know it's not going to be bright, super red. No, not like that. But yeah, it is red. We got the red and we have the green. Green is sitting over there. Yeah, shifting technology. You really can't tell one from the other when the things do that. But anyway, there's the red version of it right there. And I'm going to go in and do some white levels first, because that's one of the things we have to do is white levels to make sure that we don't have that tint of red showing up everywhere on the screen. That's the last thing we want, and we don't need that. So that's good. The white levels are playing nicely, which we need. Again, when you're doing color projection screens, those white levels, they can come up tinted. You don't want that. All right, white levels are looking good. Let's get some more snow levels. Let's see. White levels are doing really good. Just give an idea on how red the screen is. Put it clear out of the way. Behind the clear is a black screen. That's our black technology. So you can see it's not black. I other had somebody say, "Oh, the screen's black." I'm like, no, the screen's not black. The screen's not gray. What's this right here?
At TD Bank, we know it's only human to dream, and we're here for you with tools that help you.
Alright, screen is colors nicely. I've got to hook up a gaming system when I'm doing these demonstrations. These demonstrations can get boring. We have to do these regardless, whether we do them over and over and over again. Same thing all over again. The color yellow screen, actually yellow can read off a red screen. It reads, baby. It reads. Right, another one. different shades of yellow. Slow color changer. Skyworth food demonstration. No, not Skyworth. Skyworth food demonstration. Gee, really? Skyworth food demonstration. And you're in the geez, and worth, not work.
Feast on a plant-based chicken patty that tastes like the real thing. It's good. It's Morningstar.
Make sure our white levels read and color levels read correctly. Some people at the end of the day don't want to have a black screen or a gray screen. Whatever, they want a different color screen. I've got that a lot from customers wanting screens to match their interior environment. Want something different. Some people sit there and customize the border of the screen. Our screens are borderless, so we don't need borders. To make a technology that at the end of the day that we can change. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to change the whole thing about home theater. That traditional white screen and gray screen, oh man. That's boring. No gray spot on your wall. And I can change out the color. As you read, it's reading its color levels, contrast levels, and white levels perfectly for a screen that's red. Now mind you, we're in here at 24,000 and a ceiling of commercial lighting. So yes, our area is abnormal. Projector I'm using in the demonstration is a Epson PowerLight S6. Cost me $16.50. It is a SVGA projector, 600 by 800, 720p res. No HDMI ports in the back, but we're just using all converters. So we can get this machine to fire up in here. Work perfectly fine on the screen. Get anything to run. Now we're done with it. Technology will be fully off the though compatible, fully weatherproof. All that good stuff, no calibrating, no dark environments, no headaches. It's a pre-coated surface, which means basically it will become a screen. Let's do LG snowboarding demonstration. I'll quit. A little gander of the environment real quick to see how much light we have in here. Of course, you can see by the walls. This is how much light we generate. Each one of those rods do 3,000. We have 4 per each pod, which makes it 24,000. I'm going to leave it at that much light in here. And so our projector we're using, Epson PowerLight, as I said before. No HDMI ports on the back of it. $16.50. When I first came here, I was like, wait a minute. I've been in well lit environments before, but I had headaches the first week I was here, and then I had my skin burned a little bit, and then after that, I had like pain around my eyes, and I couldn't figure what was triggering it. I thought maybe it was something else, and I didn't really look at the lighting over top. I'm like, oh, it's really super bright. So I wonder what's in how high the lights are. So they came in to change the lights. I said, how bright are they? They're 3,000 per each one of these rods. And there's 4 of them you have in each pod. So we're at 24,000 lux I'm sitting on top of right now. So yeah, when people say that they act under stage lights and it gets hot, they're not joking with that. Because man, you can feel the heat coming off the ceiling. It's hot. Now the average office has between 500 to 600 lux. So we're way beyond that. And this is the best place I've ever been at in my entire life. You know why? The lights in here, man. What better way to test your technology under 24,000 of lights? You know, like I said, fantastic. Well, even our inside demonstrations overpower everybody else's environment online. But I got used to it now, so I'm used to it. So the first time I walked in front of a 3,000 lumen projector and it hurt me a little bit, and now I walk in front of them all the time. They don't bother me anymore because I got used to it. Same thing here, I got used to it. $24,000, man, that's beautiful.
Okay, so we're at the film festival. Middle of the city. The doors open. And hey, step out, sir.
Testing contrast, I was in color. Turn my fan a little bit. I'm getting cooked a little bit. Okay, so much projectors are in equal mode. What's the fans on this one back here? Okay, we're at low. You don't want to be at 1. That work. Next week, then we work on a 2. We're doing a 2 at a time. So with the red and green, and we're doing the purple and blue. I got a hazel one I'm doing too. Someone was requesting a chestnut brown. So yeah, we're going to do a chestnut brown and hazel. Or hazel chestnut brown. Either way, it's going to be the same thing. I don't know. We're getting requests for colors. And this is going to be either, probably most likely going to be a panel system. Most likely going to be a panel system. It's not a screen paint. We're not selling it as a screen paint. It's a physical screen only. This is better. So we'll be changing up the flex to flex fluorescent. That's what we're going to change that into. I do want that fluorescent on my PCs. That stuff is going to far better than this. Well, this is actually really nice, but we don't want something different. We have to do something to separate the two. Because right now is that technology over there, which is that front and rear technology, and I definitely want the gamers to be something different. So this is the Ambient light, no, it's the ILEG Infusion Light Energy Game. Exclusive, should be exquisite color collection. Man, we got so much stuff, it's crazy. I sat there and said on camera, come on, I back it up. I sat there and said on camera, said, we got so much technology, it's not even funny. Like, don't worry about what you can't see, worry about what you can see. What's under the desk right now that you should be worried about, naysayer? So I got 4 of them under the desk right now. One's of gunmetal technology. See, that's what I said. We're way ahead of you guys on so many levels. They complain. I told you, pace yourself. Pace yourself. It's going to be. We got a lot of stuff going to be showing off pretty soon. So your channel is going to be stocked with nothing but us. And so their YouTube channels turn into. They turn YouTube channel into nothing but complaining about us. That's what they turn into. Meanwhile, we keep making new products in environments that you can't survive in, or projectors at the end of the day that you can't use because they're too cheap. You gotta buy high-end projectors to fix the mess that your screens can't do. And here I am doing this at $16.25. My projector costs less than your lamps to replace your projectors. $16.25. $20 in your pocket, you can get that projector. $20 and get that result from our technology. But you won't do it with their stuff. At their stuff in the day, it'll cost you thousands of dollars for a projector to fix that mess. And you'll still be stuck in a dark environment with no contrast, can't have to calibrate all that mess. These are color screens that don't require calibration. So yeah. My projector is under $20. That's it. Look at the image we pull. With the $20 you got in your pocket right now, you can buy you that projector right there. And then for some of you saying, well, my projector, what? My projector can operate in this environment. Your screen can't operate in this environment. Your screen will wash out. That thing mimics the contrast that better than you. It mimics better color than you. I got another one. I got the green one over there. And if you really want to talk about damage, I can pull out a 15%er. You know what they do to screens. That's the big brother right there. We got people running their mouths. I can get that guy over there. And they read through sunlight, by the way. Yeah, they can read right through sunlight. That, the 15%er, which we don't have a name for yet. The 15%, that's why we call it the 15%er, because it's only 15% completed. But the 15%er has the ability to absorb sunlight. But not only does it absorb sunlight, it has the ability to take your screen and alter its color. If you're gray, you're going to turn ashy, kind of a yellowish kind of color to it. If you're dark gray, it'll turn your screen even darker. It won't paint white levels. That thing's something else. We did it at 300 lumens with the Halo system, and it still was able to overpower other screens. At 15% done. Now we have a red technology. Pretty soon a blue, then a purple. I might do a pink one too. I've never done a pink one before. Oh yeah, I have done a pink one already before. I want to do a pink one again. And I shall do a pink one again. We shall do another pink screen again. That's why I love going to forum sites. Forum sites are the ones where I say, you can't do this and you can't do that. The screen can't be a different color. Screens can't operate in fully lit environment. Screens can't operate at 720p projector. Screens can't pull in direct sunlight. I love the canters. Those are the ones that become our strongest believers. So yes, now people, your screen can be a different color if you like. From companies, sometimes some companies don't want a black screen. They don't want it on their wall. Sometimes they don't want a gray screen. They want something different. We can design that for you. Wait till you see the baby blues. And they have shifting technology. I showed you lighter screens that can shift. There you go. Showing you the future. Hot tomatoes. These things are pretty burning. Get my pants on this for a little bit. ask you to use your terms. What's under the desk? Nope. Let's go over to AK Desired Nature. AK Desired Nature. Let's grab these black contrast levels here. What I need for this demonstration. Clickety click. Mind you, all test demonstrations, all products we're making will have match and better challenges complete with them. We are asking anyone to match and better our products, which means you'll complete all tests underneath that technology. So let's see what we have here. Start with some nice pretty colors. For a red screen. It should not be reading these beautiful colors, but it does. Imagine that. Anyone told you that having a home theater projection set was going to be absolutely expensive? $20 in your pocket. Get you one of those projectors. With our technology, that projector is incredible. They always tell you at the end of the day you got to spend thousands and thousands of dollars. You're stuck in dark environments and all that dumb nonsense at the end of the day. Not even necessary. That's why I love when I get those customers who've already saved up the money for their projector. And I always ask them, like, so you got a projector yet? And they're like, I don't have one yet. Wait, how much you saved up? About $3,000, $2,000, some $1,000. Do I need more? No, I don't need more. It's crazy. You don't even need that. That projector and that demonstration cost me under $20. And it blows their mind at the end of the day. On how much money they just saved. That's a lot of money saved, ain't it? Hey, I'm jumping about here. You're about to be watching him. That's a lot of money saved. I love hearing the reaction when they find out that they're not going to have to spend that kind of money. Because they're so used to going to people at the end of the day and telling them they need more money. You know why they tell you need more money? To fix their screen that doesn't work. If I had a screen that didn't function right, I would advise you to go buy an expensive 4K projector with a high lumen count that I knew I could operate in the environment that you're working in. Because that'll help my screen out. And I would advise you get really heavy contrast levels because that's going to help my screen out. And I would tell you that you have to calibrate it because that's going to help my screen out. See what I'm getting at here? And they're costing you a lot of money because their stuff doesn't work. So that's why they advise you to buy all these high-end projectors, because to help their screen out. That's why I like the question, like, so what do I need that for? I have to have 4K. I have to have it? Well, I ask all those questions. I'm a customer that doesn't know much. That's how I come on. And I ask you all those questions. Well, why do I need so much contrast? Do I really need that? Do I have to have that? And they'll tell me that to buy the most expensive projector that I possibly can afford, sometimes past the budget, just to make their screen work. They feel at the end of the day, that's a lie. I'm at $16.25. Hey, I got a $10 projector over there too. So I'm doing this at $16.25 on a projector that's way under. It's a paperweight considered what they have over there. And I'm in an environment that's far more light than you at the end of the day. I'm not having any issues whatsoever. Why would I spend $3,000 for a projector? As some people sit there and say, oh, how come you don't have expensive projectors? Because I don't want to. I don't have to spend the money. That's the luxury of having our technology. And convert my customers everywhere else. My customers go outside. They go into one place that other screens can't go because even the window light itself washes your screens out. We're sitting there doing demonstrations in these dark environments, and I'm sitting up there like, where did the sun go? Okay. Tell you to buy all that stuff at the end of the day to fix their screen. And then the rude awakening is buying all that stuff and then find out you're still plunged in the same dark environment. And I know about this because I get customers who contact me and tell me about this mess that they're in. They spent all this money for this projector, they spent all this money for the screen, and they're in a dark environment. Then they come along and see videos like this of operating fully lit environments on a projector that costs $16.25. Look at the outside of the screen. If you notice, it's red. Look at the inside of the screen. It's pouring black. So I think I'm going to do the surfaces in counts of 2s, 3s, 4s, and they tend to be all even numbers, all the even, the panel to even. One of them alone is around the size of a 43-inch screen. I'm just looking for the 36 by 48. I need one of those. Because if we get those, we figure out exactly how much money it costs to ship. These are easy to ship, by the way. You can ship these for free. But the other one I have to find out will be the size of that panel. Contrast, color. Color, how much color do we do? I want to do a bright color. Depending on here, read. Let's see, read. I need a bright color. I need TCL 4K demonstration. Yeah, because this one is both. I'm taking this one too. Back a little bit more. There we go. And look at the different colors that read. We know red's going to read, but the other colors, the green, the blue, the orange, they read. Your skin tones read. look. Sony OLED demonstration. No, which that one did not. Did it show me demonstration? No. Sony OLED demonstration. And that dark one with the there we go. With that one and the one underneath of it. Yeah. What that was all about. Contrast demonstration. So, all this stuff we do right from the very first beginning of showing the product off, these are the tests that you have to have. You can't just stick these things in dark environments and lie to your customers and saying, hey, it's working, because it's not. They turn the lights on because it's going to happen. It's going to be rude awakening. You have the screen washing out on it, it's going to be fading, and then after that, they're going to go on the forum sites, and you hear all this mumbo jumbo from people saying you're going to have to calibrate, you're going to have to go spend the money for a more expensive projector, blah, 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 blah. And nobody will hear that nonsense, especially after you already spent the money. And then there's someone to our stuff. They'll see our technology doing this. And the first thing they ask is, hey, can you help my projector? Yes, we can. We fix the mess that they cause. That's why you have to do contrast demonstrations with the lights on. The screen's freaking red, and one of them was over green, and we still did the lights on. So why in the world you people have these high-end screens or these gray and white screens? You're sitting in a dark environment convincing your customers that they're reading the contrast level when they're not. You gotta show them the truth. Either that, someone take you behind the court. You're gonna get in a lot of trouble. You mention anything about your product, you sell it to anybody, that it does something that it doesn't, you're in a lot of trouble. They will never tell you these things read 100% black holes. They don't. They have a shifting technology. They can mimic it. You see how well they mimic in these well-lit environments? They can mimic extremely well. Can't say you're doing a mimicking technology if you're sitting in a dark environment, because it doesn't make a point there. It's just pointless. It's like somebody adjusting their eco mode in the dark. That doesn't make any sense. So with that being said, yeah, you have to show the truth. You have to tell the truth when you're selling the product. Is there any demonstration we see online of someone making a statement that they're reading a contrast level and you're in a dark environment while saying this? Commit consumer fraud. Because if that's the case, what happens when the customer turns the lights on? So if they're using it in an office or work environment, what happens then? Alright, so our next stage of the colors are going to be, we're doing them in sets of 2. It's just so much faster to do. We're going to do purple and blue, and I definitely want to do a yellow and orange. Those are the real difficult colors. The yellow and orange are the difficult ones out of them all. Alright, the first time we did a floor demonstration, somebody said, why would you do a floor? And I said, why not? Did a ceiling. Why would you do the ceiling? Why not? You know how much cheaper it is now when you do ceilings now? The infinity ceilings we make over here? That now when somebody gets a whole dedicated room set up, they can paint the screen in and they can paint the ceiling at the same time. Save them 20 grand. That's how much money it costs to put an infinity ceiling in, about $20,000. And then the additional whatever they're going to spend for that screen and that dedicated theater is going to cost money, and the projector is going to cost money, and the seat and all that. It's already, you got the ceiling and the screen knocked out with the projector because they're going to cost you nothing to do. Took all that extra money, buy some nice seats, popcorn machine, some pictures in there, get extra money. The color screens come in handy too for ladies, and I tell you why, I've got some nice colors for ladies also, because in their living room sometimes they don't want a big black screen on the wall, they don't want it. Now they can have a screen with a pretty color attached to it, just for their environment. Yes, you want to make a collection for the ladies. Churches I've done business with don't want a giant black screen up here. They want something different. We have we did one a while ago, a screen paint that was customized for churches. We're actually going to be bringing another one out under the ILEG technology. It's 2 versions of it. One's actually transparent, the one's not. And the one that's not transparent, it can absorb sunlight, as you know. So we're actually bringing out a customized paint for churches. So I put an end to all that white projection screen. They get ripped off. They get ripped off pretty bad again. Look at the promo demonstration out of the church. They ripped them off. A 7,000 lumens projector, that great big old white screen. They told them at the end of the day, oh, this thing's going to pick up. And it didn't pick up anything at all. Now the paint we're going to make for customized for churches, it's going to be a paint. Because that way they can paint them on the previous screens they already had. So we'll be working on all that next week, including the new gunmetal.
From SkinCeuticals, no advanced.
Well, I got things got to take care of. Like I said, whether they like us or not, we really don't care. The bottom line is our goal is to develop better technology, back our products at 100%, which we've been doing since day one, and design a screen where basically it doesn't cost the customers a ton of money. My projector right there speaks for itself. I got to decorate my projectors too. I want to do some pretty cool designs. I want to make some of them glow in the dark. And do some pretty cool stuff on. I'm actually want to do a giant like sticker on the side of that looks like a giant band-aid with a company's name across it. My projector doing all the wackies on the what when I go into these whole setups. I want it to look like that. So that way when people look at it, they think it's a piece of trash at the end of the day, and our whole setup is just going to be a big fail. I like it when people doubt our technology. This makes it so much funner. All right, people. Oh, whoa. Before we get on all that, let me show you. Show you the comparison color. Got to show you that, right? Off here for a minute. So here's the color. So our screen there, and let's grab our green one we have here. Told you, 2 different colors. So they don't match, right? All right. I just reviewed the first. Black, gray. So you just got up and took off running out of nowhere, right? Okay. It's not gray, as you can see. It's not silver, as you can see. It's not gray, as you can see. And it ain't black. And if you think it's purple, oh heck no. What do you think the purples look like? Purple. So, excuse me, why do you always park your butt in an area where you know darn well I gotta be at? Why do you do that? You know I'm gonna be there, right? Park your butt there. Park your butt over there, little waffle boy. Waffle boy, Mr. Cheesy Breads. Mr. Cheesy Breads. Cheesy Breads. Taco is a cheesy bread. Alright, cool. Alright, people. Got my screen set up over there. Gonna get us to some more colors. I think for the background, we had the cardboard boxes back there because they helped them to stand up nice and straight against the wall. But I'm going to basically Velcro those on for now on because it'll make me easier to change them out. I can do a dozen of those little surfaces right there to show up the different colors. So the fluorescent screens, we got these screens called the danger screens. Like I told you at the end of the day, I can't express it enough. You know, for people who think they know us in the day, you don't know me, and trust me, you really don't. You know, you don't know about anything unless I tell you what we're going to do. So you don't even know what a danger screen is. I'm just going to leave it at that. We got a danger screen coming out. Let them figure it out. You tell me what it is. Because, you know, I noticed that when we develop any new technology, we'll develop it first and then it'll come along like, look, we could do the same thing too. It's a history of what they do. Or we could do it too. Well, why didn't you develop it before we did? Why didn't you develop this, the technology we have to absorb sunlight? Or any of the other stuff we design around here? How come you didn't do ceilings and floors and projector mapping applications and stuff? You didn't do any of that stuff. You waited for us to do all that stuff, and then you try and go, oh, we had the same thing too. Let me show you where it's fraud at. But if it's fraud, how come you didn't do it yourself before us? There you go. All right, people. With that being said, that's food for thought. Got to go. Thank you for your time. Of course, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing us with another beautiful, amazing technology. Hope you enjoyed. Got to go, and God bless.